everyone. Adam here, So Wizard Podcast. Before we jump into today's interview, please remember to subscribe to our channel. Really helps us grow our audience. You don't want to miss any of our videos. We've been putting out a lot of content for you guys. We've got a lot more interviews coming up too, which is very exciting. Anyway, today's interview is with Aaron Dalla Villa. This guy is awesome. He's a dancer, musician, actor, voice actor. He's really doing everything. You'll see in the first 5 minutes of talking to him, this guy is pure energy. He's out there making things happen every day, even in the COVID lockdown. He's, okay, I got to pivot over here. How can I do this? How can I make something happen here? Really inspiring to talk to. I mean, if he could bottle his energy and sell that, it'd be another avenue for him, and he would make a killing. I really think this guy is going places. I watched a few of his movies. One that we talk about is Pledge. It's available on Hulu right now, and now's a great time of year for it. We're starting to get into Halloween season, whatever that looks like in a world where we're still told we have to stay inside. But it's a cool kind of horror thriller type movie with a few things that you might not see coming. He does a great job in it. He's also been on a ton of major shows. You've probably seen this guy around. If you haven't, you will, because like I said, he is a go-getter and multi-talented. I really liked having this conversation with him. It was a ton of fun. Hey, I really appreciate you taking the time to do this. Should be fun.
Same, bro. How's my audio?
Sounds good.
Excellent.
You're high energy today?
Oh, bro. Yo, I literally just recut a song to the documentary, one of the projects I have coming out, and it literally turned out better than I expected. And it's
that's awesome.
It's gonna blow people away, man.
Nice.
And yeah, I just listened to it. I've been listening to it like over and over again, and I'm gonna go back and tweak some things. But the way it is right now, it's hype, man. It gets me real hype.
That's really awesome. So I guess the music is kind of the latest thing, but do you want to go back to the beginning?
Of course, yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, you're obviously a performer. It sounds like you've lived 3 lives already. So.
Yeah, definitely a performer, man. It's always been in my blood, man. It's always been in my blood. Ever since I was a kid, my grandmother would call me Jim Carrey, and I used to hate that, but now I'm cool with it. And I've always been really active and talkative and kind of a social butterfly. Nice.
So you started your creative journey young, then I take it.
Definitely. Started my creative journey playing the saxophone in middle and high school. I saw the band perform, and I was like, I want to do that. I couldn't carry the instrument itself. All they had was the tenor saxophone. I would lug the thing around. I was tiny, smaller than I am now. And it's not like I'm 5'7". It's not like I'm 5'3" or anything. But I had a growth spurt, so I was pretty tiny, and I would carry that thing around, and I would play the thing on the side of my ankle when I was sitting in a chair for the longest time. So. But hey, you just keep pushing, and I was able to excel at that. And then I fell into other arts such as dance and acting and all that.
That's really cool. It's always interesting to see the path people take. Like, middle school, high school, you said you got into instruments, and then dance was after that, because you were a professional dancer for a while. It wasn't just like a hobby.
Professional ballet dancer, 8 hours a day, man. At the ballet bar at 8 a.m. Tendus, pliés, all of it, man. Partnering, everything.
And that's brutal work, isn't it?
It's totally brutal. It's probably why I had a messed up body self-conscious image for the longest time. A perfectionist mentality. Dancers are some of the most messed up people I know.
Just the constant drilling.
It's a constant drilling, and for some reason in the entertainment industry, dancers are always kind of like tossed to the side. You know what I mean? I think they're some of the hardest workers out there. They feel tossed to the side, underappreciated. There are people who do treat their dancers well, but from what I've seen, they feel underappreciated, hardest workers out there, and they just have a warped sense of themselves because you're in a mirror for 8 hours a day.
Yeah. That seems kind of weird coming from the entertainment industry that you would feel that way, because obviously you've been there. You're not making this up. Because I feel like once you achieve that level of work and control over your body, you can pretty much adapt it to anything you want to do.
You would think so. But even if you want to adapt to anything you want to do, you have to break the stigma. It took me a while for people to start seeing me as an actor, not a dancer. I had to remove all the dance credits from my resume for people to start seeing me as an actor to get those opportunities. And then once I started working as an actor, I would then later reveal that I could dance too. Because for some weird reason, they're like, oh, you can do ballet too, as opposed to, oh, you're a dancer, you can't act. It's weird, man. It's a weird stigma.
That is really strange. It sounds so backwards.
Bizarre. It's really backwards. Yeah, I had a mentor at the time. He said, your transition to acting, he said, remove all your dance stuff. I said, why? He said, listen, trust me. They're not going to see you as an actor if they see you as a dancer first. So show them that you're an actor and then have it in your back pocket that you can dance. And then when I started doing that, it started working.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, it was weird.
So what led to that change?
It was a simple sprained ankle injury in Chicago when I hopped over. I was auditioning for a company, actually. I hopped over a turnstile in Chicago. I guess I got my immediate karma. I sprained my ankle on the landing. And I get a call the next day about being offered a contract for the company I was auditioning for. I said I couldn't take it. They said, oh, man, we need someone immediately. I was kind of, downtrodden and a little heartbroken, actually, because I thought I was going to be a dancer my whole life. And I went home. I said, what do I do? I said, screw it. I'll act. I jumped on Craigslist and I just started submitting for anything that wasn't porn, on Craigslist, because there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
There's some sketchy stuff on Craigslist, man.
I'm sure there is.
Backstage. I didn't know about Actors Access. I didn't know any of that. And I just hustled. I met people. And, at one time I was working for, I've had all these odd jobs. I was working for a waffle shop called Balladoce in Chicago. And my job was to yell out the window, and to get people's attention, I would say, free samples, mother effers, yell that into the streets of Chicago, and people would come over for free samples. Then I'd sell them on a $14 waffle, and it's like, and so that was my hustle. And then I met people who said, you should get into hey, you ever thought about acting? You ever thought about this? And I was like, okay. And then I just took their advice. And it went from, Craigslist jobs to background work to, having an agent to getting scouted by a manager to moving to New York City. And it just kind of one thing after the next, So even in my life today, whenever I'm always learning, I'm always growing. Any way I see, someone's teaching me something, I take their advice. I don't shut it off and say, oh, I know. That's the worst thing you can do.
No, for sure. Yeah. So all this is, sorry, I'm trying to get the timeline because you're still very young. It's like professional dancer. And then you just said, okay, I'm going to do this whole other thing while it's still performance and still creative. It's a whole other genre.
I'll break it down. So I'm 28 now. When I was 18, I went pro for dance. So I went to go dance in Nashville, Tennessee. I was there for 2 years from 18 to 20. And then I went to go audition for other companies across the country. I went to Florida, auditioned for, not Miami, Orlando Ballet. Then I went to Portland, Oregon to audition for Northwest Dance Theater, Northwest Dance Project. Then I went to Chicago. I was trying to find my place. In, where Aaron was going to be best. And then I went to Chicago, auditioned for River North Dance Chicago. And then that was the company where I had the sprained ankle, got the offer of the contract, couldn't accept it. Recovered, started auditioning for stuff in Chicago, was in Chicago from 2020 to 22, 23 for 3 years. And at the time I was working with another dance company called Elements Contemporary Ballet. So I was doing half that, performing with them and auditioning and doing some jobs in Chicago. It really didn't take off till I was scouted online at the age of 20, 22, 23 by someone in New York. Yeah, I think I moved when I was 23 because I'm 28 and I've been there 5 years now in New York. Scouted from New York. Someone found me online and said, do you ever have thought about New York? And I think I was originally meant to be in New York all along, either New York or LA. I had a scholarship to go to NYU when I was 18 from school. So I knew I was meant to be in New York. I dropped everything in Chicago. And at the time, I wasn't even pursuing acting full on. I was working for some, those, I hate doing this, but those scam acting agencies and stuff, pay us $2,000, whatever. They changed their names and stuff. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus. I was one of those high pressure sales guys, and I didn't like the job. I was like, this doesn't feel right to me. I don't like this. And they're like, oh, but you can help people with your acting. I said, no, this feels backwards to me. I'm not. There would be things where I'm just like, where I'm looking at people across the table who I know couldn't afford it, and I'll literally be like, go take class at Upright Citizens Brigade or Second City. Don't go here. Save your money, please. Go over there. Do here. Get your headshots with so-and-so. Don't do this. Go ding. You'll save a lot of money. This is a waste. So I said, I got to leave. This doesn't feel right. Moved to New York. And then that's where things just started moving, and 5 years later, I'm in New York, and things are, it's incredible, dude, to look back on it and be like, wow, I never thought I'd be where I am today here in this place. I always thought I was just going to be a dancer, but sadly, a lot of them retire really young. I've seen people retire at 26, and then they go to teach or they go to physical therapy. I can act till I'm 80.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a crazy, man. Life is a beautiful, beautiful thing because you never know where it's going to take you. So like Jim Carrey's movie, to bring it back to him, you got to say yes.
Yeah.
You got to say yes and. When the universe says something, yes and then you just got to trust it and go with it. I think it was that fear. That kind of kept me driving forward. That's fear of the unknown. I could totally fall flat on my face, but I just got to do it.
That's awesome. It all sounds like really rapid fire, and I'm sure there was a ton of struggle in there, but it sounds like you just kept finding the next thing.
Oh, don't get me wrong. There was a huge amount of struggle. I've worked all different types of jobs. I've lived in places where I've been kicked out. I was semi-homeless for a second. I had to, lived in a hostel. I couldn't afford the money there. I lived in places without heat. I came down with shingles when I was 18. I got really sick and I biked everywhere. And the hustle is real. I've worked the restaurant jobs. All that stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm still, don't get me wrong, bro, I'm still hustling. I hustle every day. I told myself, if I get to the point, I'm going to manifest this. Hold on. When I get to the point where I have my whatever house mansion, if I want it, I'm going to specifically have a room modeled after one of my old apartments like this or before, something small where I'll mostly do my work there, because to me, it'll feel like I'm still fighting, Because when things get too comfortable, we become complacent. But you feel that fight in you, I'm going to have it modeled. I think Eddie Murphy talked about this. He said, my house is too perfect right now. I can't do stand-up comedy. It's too perfect. I need some cracks and stuff here. I need some material to pull from. People love the struggle. People love to see the hustle. They fight for the underdog. So, yeah.
That's awesome. And it sounds like you could have a fourth career as a motivational speaker now.
You know what? Funny you say that. I wanted to be president of the United States when I was 13, but the older I get, the more dirty I see politics. And I don't think I want to get involved in that. It's just a dirty business. So my thing is, I think that's what I may transition into, is that I'm hoping my acting inspires people, and I'm starting to move into, I do this thing called Live at 5 on Sundays where I go live with my Instagram followers and I also stream on YouTube. And we talk about specific things like, can I help you with acting? And I'm hoping to inspire and motivate people. But that seems to be the trend, man. People are saying, you really motivated. You inspired me. I had people reaching out from my past saying, hey, you helped me that day when I wasn't feeling good and no one cared about me. But I'm just saying, you're a source of inspiration. And that means more to me than any of these accolades or whatever that I could get in this industry. The fact that I helped someone else with my work, what more is there?
Yeah, that's huge. And the fact that you've earned it all and you've been there, what's going on, to appreciate it, that all adds up. I mean, I've only been talking to you for like 15 minutes now, and I can tell you're a super positive, optimistic person, which is amazing.
Thank you. I may be optimistic to a fault. You know what I mean? It's like too optimistic, but I'm going to see if it's pouring, raining, thunder, whatever. I'm going to look at the sky and say, this ain't anything. This is drizzle.
Yeah.
Let's move. Let's go. No excuses. Come on.
That's great. Especially like this year. I think a lot of people are just down and not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
Bro, this is, I like to say that my life kind of prepared me for crisis. If I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth, And don't get me wrong, like my situation, let's say like I struggled and stuff, to other people have struggled much more than me. You know what I mean? And they'll be like, compare me, be like, you had, but if I was born with the, typical silver spoon in my mouth and didn't have to work for it and had a trust fund and all that stuff, I don't think I'd be prepared for the crisis that happened this year. My life up till now has prepared me for the crisis that happened this year. And in crisis, for some reason, my body automatically goes into super grind mode where it's like, all right, it's time to fight for your survival. So literally I was like, all right, I knew I should have gotten into the voiceover years ago. So I got in, luckily, before COVID happened. So I've been busy with voiceover auditions the entire COVID time. And I said, this is time to put the music out there. And people were like, oh, your raps, whatever. You think you're a rap? I said, I don't care. Put it out there, and people are liking it now. You know what? And I don't care if they don't like it either way. I did it. I put it out there. So
yeah.
That's another thing you got to have. You got to have like I don't know. It's like a thank you, but then an F you at the same time. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just going to keep doing your thing. It doesn't matter.
Right. I'm going to keep doing my thing. And if people come at you with that negative energy, you'll need it.
Yeah. And I think that's a big difference for all the craziness going on right now, is that you saw this as an opportunity to focus on voice work, focus on your music, instead of I'm going to watch Netflix for the next 17 hours.
I haven't even seen a movie, my dude. Like literally since people have told me, they're like, oh, you need to watch this show. You need to watch this movie. I'm only going to watch these projects if I get an audition that relates to the audition. I will watch the material. I'm literally that busy with getting stuff done that I don't have time to watch TVs and shows and stuff that people are saying you should watch. So I'm like, man, I ain't taking a break. This is the time to get it. Because if you can get it during this time, it's easy when it comes up. In
the next couple of years when things open up again, you're going to be ahead of the game.
Exactly. It's not about, you got to stay. You can't let yourself get green. You can't let yourself get green. You can't let yourself fall off. You got to stay in it. You got to stay in it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you want to dive a little bit into the things you've done as an actor? Because your acting resume is huge already.
Thanks, man. Yeah, some of the favorite projects I've done, obviously Pledge. That's some of the work I'm most proud of. That was an amazing project, directed by Daniel Robbins, written by Zachary Weiner, who have become best friends of mine now. We're actually working on another project that I think is going to blow people away.
Nice. Sorry to interrupt, but for people listening, Pledge is on Hulu right now, so you can jump on that.
Right. And then, working on Trick, which is also on Hulu. That was an amazing experience. I'm really excited about what I got coming out right now. I got some of my biggest projects coming out. My first real lead in a movie where I'm the lead man, Marty McFly type, Alpha Rift, opposite a genre legend, Lance Henriksen, And I got a movie supporting lead. I play the comedic relief. I'm not the villain this time, called All Those Small Things. I'm excited for that. And we got this, before COVID, I produced and starred in my own 8-episode web series called Tucci and Jones, which is right now out on YouTube, and people are loving it. People are loving it. It's just a funny little 8-episode web series for more content for people to consume. And I think they really dig it. And there's a lot of other projects I've done that I really like, but those are the ones that come to my mind right now.
That's awesome. Yeah. I did have a chance to watch Pledge. I really liked it. You were really good in it. And
thank you.
The character and talking to you now are polar, which I guess, that's the job, obviously.
That's the job. I'm not going to, if I was that guy in real life, I don't think I'd get very far in life.
No, not at all.
But there are people like that.
Oh, I'm sure you encounter them.
Yeah.
But it's just really cool to see the difference in the 24-hour span.
Thanks, man. I think, and I love that this is happening. The more success I'm getting, the more humble I'm becoming. As long as I stay grounded, because I can be my own worst enemy. As long as I stay grounded and meditate and filled with gratitude, remember where I came from, I will stay humble. Like Keanu Reeves is one of my inspirations. He's just a super humble dude. And people who've met him, they're just like, wow, he's just a real dude. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's number one in the game. Number one in the game is, sure, you can be fantastic, but no one wants to work with an asshole.
Yep.
No one wants to work with an asshole or a diva or whatever and stuff. So you have to make it a point to be grateful and to be grounded.
Especially now, it seems, in the social media world, where everyone has some idea they think they know you, even though it's just like what's put forward.
That's why sometimes, man, even on my social media, I've been opening up about, social media where, I don't know, Instagram for me has become basically porn, it's like basically porn now, and I'm looking at, it's a very dangerous, because what we start doing is, and I did a music video for suicide prevention with Nick Santanatasso, who actually works with Tony Robbins. So, and it was about how we compare our inner feelings about ourselves to someone's outer exterior on social media. And that is dangerous because social media, it's a highlight reel. I post my highlights, I have been getting into like, guys, it's hard for me to get out of bed sometimes. Sometimes I fall out of love with acting. Sometimes I don't want to do it. Sometimes I'm tired. I just want to break. Or I even posted a video where I was catering one time. I said, guys, I still cater. I'm still hustling stuff. The reaction I got from that, people were like, we love that. I had people reach out to me and be like, wow, I love that. That's my favorite post you've done. Because it's not like, look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm so awesome. It's real. It says, this is the real thing. And I think that's what people want to see at the end of the day. They want to see it in the acting work and everything. They want to see authenticity. It's about authenticity. It's about being real because, man, look what we're going through now. It's a bunch of liars, man. They trying to lie to you left and right and get you to believe this and that. And I don't know what to think anymore.
Yeah, there's no more real information.
Can I get some real information? Like, man.
That's cool. Yeah, I like that. All that's clicking with you because I think longevity, like you were saying, it's all going to fall in line.
Man, it's longevity. I used to think when I first got into the industry, it's like, oh, I need this, I need that, short-term stuff. Now I'm starting to think career. I want to build a legacy.
Yep.
Where am I going to be when I'm 80? If I make it to 80, God willing, I make it to 80. I want a legacy. Anthony Hopkins legacy. You know what I mean? People who've left legacies. Like, you can't know whatever trends or whatever stuff can touch the legacy of Anthony Hopkins. You immediately respect that man. That's respect, man. I think that's the biggest thing to be gained in the industry. It's respect and for what you do for your craft. You can't touch that. You can't touch that.
No, not at all. And bringing up someone like him, like you said, it's a name that everyone knows. Even if someone only watches movies passively, they know the guy. Mm-hmm. So that's really cool, and it's smart too. You're not just like, I need the big payday to get the McLaren. I got to figure out the payday after that one and after that one to keep working. Not necessarily for the money, but to keep working.
100%, man. To keep working, and I think I really want to get into. When I get those big paydays, those incredible paydays and stuff, I want to help people. I'm thinking to myself, how can I help people? I love animals, I think anyone who would hurt an animal, a dog or cat or stuff is just a despicable person. So, building maybe an animal shelter or something that, man, I don't know, because like some of these charities and stuff, I start to think, where does the money go? Does it go to help the people you say you're going to help?
Yeah.
That's why I'm almost resistant on giving money to charities and stuff, because I'm like, does the money actually go there?
Yeah, if 10 cents on your dollar actually makes it to the cause, is it worth it?
Right. Or is it much more for me to, encounter a homeless person on the street in New York and buy them a sandwich, Or if they really want it, buy them a cigarette and a beer,
Yeah.
Like if I had a guy who really wants, I want a cigarette and a beer. I said, you got it, man.
Make their day suck a little less. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you mentioned voiceover work. I think that's where a lot of things are going, because it sounds like animation is go, 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 but all these in-person projects are.
Everything's via Zoom.
Yeah.
It's all via Zoom and in-person projects. I did shoot something a couple of months ago in Las Vegas, and I got something coming up in LA in October. COVID testing is for real. You know, you get on set, they prick your finger, you got a 10-minute wait whether or not you have COVID. And they have people are there saying spread out 6 feet apart and stuff. They're taking it very seriously. So mask wearing, et cetera, et cetera. But voiceover, that's COVID proof. As long as you got the setup and source connect, we can make it happen. Now, I don't know what they're going to do about having to read with other actors. I think they're going to do the whole COVID. I haven't experienced that where I booked a job where I had to read with other actors. Actually, no, I booked a job. There's a Starburst commercial where I had to read with another actor, but it was all over ear. Nothing where I'm like in the room with someone acting opposite them for voiceover. So we'll see if that's going to exist. The whole game is changing, my man. The whole game is changing. And I'm glad that I was prepared for it, because I know people on Broadway, like that was their bread and butter. They can't come back till there's a vaccine, it looks like.
Right. And that could be, who knows? Yeah.
We don't know.
That's crazy.
But I feel grateful for getting involved into the voiceover game before all this stuff popped off.
Yeah, for sure. You enjoy doing it?
I do enjoy doing voiceover, yeah.
Because it's still acting.
It's still acting. I mean, there's nothing like being on a set.
Sure.
That's my favorite. But it's still acting. I'm still doing my thing. So.
Nice. And also, you've been doing music, like you opened up the conversation with that you're producing music now.
Oh, yeah. So,
or maybe you always were, but.
I kind of always was, but I was afraid to put it out into the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Out of fear that someone would think, oh, who's this guy who thinks he's a rapper and whatever and stuff. And then I think the name of the game is you just have to outwork everyone or do it so many times that literally people have no choice but to accept you as that thing. For example, 50 Cent, when he started acting, people are like, he's not an actor. He's not an actor. He's a rapper. He's not an actor. After so many movies, an article came out. We can no longer, look, 50 Cent is a bona fide actor. He's a bona fide actor. Like, he's proven it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think you just prove it with your results.
There you go.
So I dropped my third single. I got another one on the way. I just launched a TikTok campaign on my third single because it's a radio thing. We're attacking radio. I'm getting it, man, and because this is me over here. I'm throwing stuff at a wall. I'm seeing what's going to stick. I know something's going to stick. You know what I mean? I know something's going to stick.
That's awesome.
So, what do you got to lose, man?
No, not at all. Especially if you enjoy it.
Right. And people who are afraid to take, there are people afraid to take moves because they're worried about their image or they're worried about not having enough money, not having whatever and stuff. Dude, I shot that 8-episode web series for nothing. For nothing.
Oh, yeah. If someone wants to be a creative now is the time. I mean, you can make a whole movie on your iPhone. You don't even need special lighting. You get it for $40 on Amazon. You're good to go.
Bro, and the TikTokers, you want to talk about making moves? They're doing this. They're doing this. $4 million, man. $4 million brand deals for doing this.
Yeah.
I'm launching a TikTok campaign, so hope they can do this to my song, man.
There you go. Yeah, get paid.
You know what I mean?
Get your own Spotify thing going.
I thought about that actually. I mean, Joe Rogan, $100 million Spotify.
Well, there was that TikTok girl and her mom. They gave him like a $25 million contract on Spotify for doing little goofy videos where the mom kind of mocks her, and that's all they do.
That's it.
Yeah.
And now what I'm thinking is I think I want to do a podcast where I stream my live at 5. So I go live on Instagram. I stream it on YouTube. I didn't post the last one I did because I was in a really depressive mood. Sometimes I'm in those depressive moods. I have to actively work out of those depressive moods. I have to let myself feel those emotions and stuff.
Yeah, it's you being real.
Right. But I'm in a better place now, mentally now. And therapy, I will recommend that. I went through therapy for a while. I definitely recommend that for everybody because the way our society is, we're conditioned bro, the conditioning sucks, man.
Yeah.
You know, we're conditioned and stuff. You know, love you, love your inner self, that, etc. Anyway, so I think I'm going to start doing a podcast I haven't decided what it would be, but I think it might be my Live at 5. It's my conversation with people. And I just talk about things and screw it. I just throw it up there. So
you're already doing it.
Right. If I'm already recording the Instagram Live on Sunday on Instagram and already streaming it on YouTube, might as well take the same material that I'm already recording and put that audio on a podcast.
Yeah, why not? It's an extra content channel for you.
Right. Who knows? Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you're incredibly busy, so I don't want to eat up your whole day. But, I mean, you're a lot of fun to talk to, so I could just sit here and keep going around. But
same, Adam. I love it, man. I got after this, I got an audition today for a voiceover for a Nickelodeon series.
Oh, awesome.
Preschool Nickelodeon series, so high energy, etc. So I'm going to do some meditation, do my vocal warm-up. I'm coaching with my coach at 2:30. Then we have a little meeting. And then I've got a couple more interviews today, one at 3, and then one at 4:30. And then I think I will, should make the move on how to get that podcast set up. And then I want to start writing some music for another song I have in development.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with everything.
Thanks, man. I just keep it creative, keep it up. You know, it's all about your energy. I'm getting into the point of don't give, there's some people we give our time and our energy to, and we're like, man, why am I giving my person this energy?
Yes.
It's like, am I trying to get them to like me, or am I trying to prove something to them? It's a waste of time because
these habits you fall into.
Right. And they'll never give you the energy that you desire.
No, you're not going to change somebody.
Ever. People change themselves. That's why I don't believe like these debates, people try to change each other. People change when they want to change. And
right.
And we're creatures of habit. People don't like change.
No.
Yeah. But
especially all online, you can't have a conversation. It's getting points.
It's all about getting points. It's all about buzzwords.
That 15-second soundbite.
The whole thing's become reality TV.
Yes.
It's all become reality TV. And that's why I think it's really important as a performer. I learned you have to be able to change and adapt like that. Because if you don't, you'll fall by the wayside.
And you're multi-talented, so that helps too.
Well, I was reading this book. There's this book by Daniel Coyle called The Talent Code. And he believes that talent is not innate. He believes that it's literally through hard work and determination.
Oh, for sure.
I half agree with him. I think you need to have some inclination. I think people are naturally gifted in some areas. Mm-hmm. But I do believe hard work and determination can outlast people who only have innate talent who don't put any work behind it.
For sure, yeah. And innate talent might take you to another level, but you can still drill, like you said.
Right. Like I got 2 guitars back there. They're for the look right now, But I've auditioned for guitar stuff. I've actually booked stuff where I have to fake like I'm playing a guitar. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I go out for musicians a lot too. So I am one. So I have told myself that's one of the skills you need to learn. You need to learn how to play acoustic and electric guitar. You see what I mean? You just start checking off these. Can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do that? So that you bring more to the table. You're more castable.
That's really cool. So you got to have a really crazy, difficult resume.
Dude, it's like you got to have, bro, if you come at it with the acting credits, you come at it with the social media following, you come at it with the skills. I mean, you can be unstoppable.
That's a part I didn't even consider as an actor. If you can bring some of an audience to a project, that's an extra selling point for them.
Huge. I got cast now. Any of those projects, they're going to want an actor. If you're playing the lead, they need someone who can act, But if you're an influencer who can also act, doors are open, man.
That's awesome. That's a whole new angle.
Right. It's a whole new, you're already bringing them an audience that said, look, these people are going to watch whatever we put out. See what I mean?
Yeah. Very cool.
You got to have it all these days.
Yeah.
That's why I said don't put your eggs in one basket. It's really true. You just got to just
keep moving.
ABW, my buddy says it. Always be working.
That sounds like you got that nailed.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. Naps are good too, man.
Oh, for sure. Don't burn out.
15. No, don't burn out. That's another thing I want to say. Because I'm that kind of guy. I'm a Sagittarius and, go, 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 go. Sometimes, man, recently, actually what I've been doing, Saturday and Sunday, I step back.
Turn it all off.
Sometimes I don't do anything on the weekend. I literally will stay home all day and play God of War or just literally just sleep and chill. Because otherwise you will burn out. You will, as much as I like to think that I can give 110% all the time, I can't. And I felt that 2 weeks ago. I felt that. I said, man, I'm drained. And I couldn't write the song I was trying to write. And then boom, it was back. And I wrote the song, and the director was like, yo, this is great. Like, because it came back, man.
Yeah, you had to clear your head a bit.
You had to clear your head. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to clear my head, meditate, focus and stuff, get rid of any anxiety that I have going on right now about things I may want, about audition that I'm going to be doing, because even I get super anxious and stuff about auditions. Even not being in the room, or I'm on hold for something right now and I want it. So I got to let it go and give it to the universe. And if it's meant for me, then it's going to come to me. So,
very cool. Very healthy attitude.
Yeah.
Well, again, I appreciate the time. You're a really awesome guy. I look forward to seeing what's coming next.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you. And I look forward to sharing this podcast with everyone, man, and this meeting and helping promote your channel. And thank you for doing this, man.
Oh, thank you. I'll have a good one. Good luck.
Thank you, Adam.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. That was my conversation with Aaron Dalla Villa. Make sure you check out some of his projects. Listen to his music. He's into so many things. There's got to be something up your alley that he's doing. I really hope you listen to the conversation as much as I liked having it with him. I could have kept that guy on Zoom all day long, but of course he's very busy. Once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Make sure you listen to So Wizard Podcast every single week wherever you get your podcasts. So Wizard Podcast can also be found on Patreon, where for as little as $1 a month, you get 2 bonus shows. A little bit goes a long way. Be sure to go to SoWizardPodcast.com for reviews, recommendations, merchandise, and more. And we love hearing feedback. So drop us a note in the comments, leave us something on social media. All of our accounts will be found after the show and in the show notes. And make sure you hit up Aaron Dalla Villa. He's got his socials out there, his projects, his music. Thanks.